So welcome back everyone to another incredible episode of Chat with Dan here. Now for today, we have an incredible super badass guest. We have none other than the incredible, the amazing, the badass, the superstar, the legendary, the one and only Olya. Olya, how are you today?
I'm great. Thank you for invitation. How about you?
Been fantastic. I mean, what better way to have an incredible super day than to be chatting when someone as badass as you know what I mean?
I don't think I'm badass, but I mean, not the way I wanted to be as for now. But yeah, I hope that one day I will be.
Absolutely. I mean, we all know that's gonna happen at some point, let's be honest. So
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Now, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow, helps a lot. But also, on the description below, I'm gonna let all their social media. Let's follow her. But also, let's discover why she's super badass, right? Now, without further more, let's jump in here. So I want to start this whole conversation by, throwing out the first question, which is, what initially drew you to pursue acting as a career?
Oh, that's an interesting question because I've never thought about myself as an actor. When I was, I think everything started when I was like 4 years old. I started to dance a lot and like move, and my parents, they decided that they have to bring me to some class that is related to dance where I can like bring my energy and yeah, just I was very proactive and they just didn't know what to do with me. They're like, okay, let's just bring her to the dance class. And it was a competitive dancing, rock and roll. It's not like, no, not everyone is familiar with this, but it's like a sport. So I'm a candidate of Master of Sports of acrobatic rock and roll. It's like dance and sport at the same time. So I was dancing for 8 years. Also, I'm a singer. So in school, because I'm a singer, they brought me to some scenes where because they wanted me to sing, so I needed to act as well, just because there is a scene or something on the stage. So this is how I kind of got used to the stage and being on stage. And I loved the feeling when I'm on stage every single time when I danced or when I sang or even when I had some scene with someone. But I've never had this like it's not like I never understood um that acting is a great thing to do, but I just didn't feel it's my thing. I don't know. And then I think so after I moved to Vancouver, so I was traveling a lot with my husband. We were in like 33 countries together. And then we decided to move to Vancouver. And Vancouver kind of inspired me to come back to dance because I didn't dance for a while, again, because we were traveling and changing spots. And I saw that a lot of dancers in Vancouver, they are doing acting as well. And also Vancouver is kind of one of the best places to learn acting because,
Mm.
LA is close and I was like, okay, maybe I should do it too just to have a skill. And also it's great. I'm not a native speaker, so it's also great to learn English also and like be able to speak with to learn acting with the native speakers. So I remember it was 1.5 years ago when I came to my first acting class. It was a fundamentals with Beverly Elliott in Vancouver Acting School, part-time class. And I I was so impressed after the first class. I thought that this is what was missing in my life. And dancing is great, but I'm 29. Like I was 28 back like before. Now I'm 29. But I was like, because I had a break in dancing, I can't really be a professional dancer already. And acting is something where you can bring all your skills together, like dancing, singing. You're an actor, but you also can dance and sing, and it's great together. When you're a dancer and you act and sing, I don't know. It's like I think it's better to be an actor who dances and sing. This is what I was thinking. And I started to learn a lot about acting. I've done already three part-time acting classes in Vancouver, and I started to apply and searching for agent, and I've got one a few months ago. Um, yeah, it's just I think life brought me to this point, and I'm happy that I started to act now.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. I mean, it's interesting how sometimes life can be, guiding you. Yeah, like guiding you like where to go or like where your path should be, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and it's great that you found a place like, so for example, in Vancouver that I have interviewed a lot of people in Vancouver, and yeah, it's true. A lot of have told me that actually that it's the place that it has like a lot of opportunities for acting, dancing too, like the whole mix between them and things like that. So that's pretty amazing that you were able to pursue that, especially right now in a situation that there's like so much competition going on in everywhere basically. But you're able to, this is what I like, this is what I do enjoy, and I want to pursue it. So
Yeah,
cool.
definitely.
I love it. And like, how do you approach preparing for any role? Like, is there a specific technique or method that at least for you find it most effective?
So first, of course, when I receive a script, I read it, and I'm trying to. Um, I'm not going too deep at the very
Mhm.
first point. I'm just reading and try to feel what I would feel in this situation if I am that character. And I would say I am doing the analysis of the dialogue first. And I'm like, okay, so she's defending herself, or opposite, she's like a villain there. And why is she behaving this way? Why I would behave like the in which situation I would behave this way. And I'm trying to recall what happened in my life, like some story, or if I don't have the story, exact the same story, I'm just trying to find something similar, or maybe my friends told me something like this, or maybe I saw it in the movie. So the point is to find something similar in your life that you've heard of before you saw this scene. So and our like every time I felt that the intuition that you have at the very beginning is always true. Sometimes when we learn too much and we're trying to find the best ways how to act, it you bring something that is, you think they want it, but they don't, and they want something that you are bringing to the table. And instead of thinking what they want to see, you have to think how would you behave in this situation, and how to be unique and not repeat somebody else. So what is great about acting is that every person is unique, and every experience you had in your life, you're bringing to your character. And that's why it's very important not to just repeat someone. It's important to be yourself and to think how you can show this emotion authentically. Um, so yeah, and then I'm just thinking about different tactics, already on top of my feeling and intuition that I've had. I'm thinking about, okay, what kind of tactics is the character using? Is it, um and again, I'm just trying to find different ways. Also, recently, I've learned a new technique from the online teacher that I'm watching, and she said try to read a script in three different ways that are not even logical. So, like, if the script is sad, for example, it's a sad scene, try to make it happy. Then, I don't know, that you are fearful, and then that you are angry, and then try how you felt it at the first time. So then your emotions can, sometimes when we're happy, when we're sad or angry, we can smile.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's opposite. When you are happy, maybe you are not smiling, you are smiling, somewhere inside you, but you are not really showing. It depends on the personality. Maybe you are introvert. So yeah, it's very important sometimes to try even something crazy not logical, and then this crazy not logical one thing can help you in, you know making the scene authentic and interesting, so it's not only one emotion during the scene. So yeah.
I mean, it's a whole other process here, that just
Yeah.
learning your lines are good to go out. Some people might think so.
Yeah, and also learning the lines. I was learning like, again, because I'm not a native speaker, I was so I was hard on myself to, because if I forget the line, I thought I can't build it nor like grammatically correct. So I have to learn it very, very well.
Mhm.
And then after I already, I think I think now I speak English pretty good. So after I got some confidence already, you don't really have to learn the script. You have to feel it. And sometimes you can even change the line, and if it still makes sense and it's showing your character better, it's even better
Mhm.
for the casting director. Of course, not changing the whole script, but like if you change one or two words that you forgot and just make a substitution, it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I mean, and also the fact that you were able to perform in a yeah, in a different language that it isn't yours. I mean, we all know how. I mean, it tends to be it tends to get difficult, right? It's like especially when you're speaking a language that is not yours. You know, like sometimes the emotion to it or the emotion to words or the like there's something about it that sometimes it just doesn't feel the same as you were speaking in your in your native language. For example, on my case, I speak Spanish. And when sometimes I, like either, for example, here that I speak English and like there's a lot, I mean, it has happened a lot of times that the expression to it or the words to it that I'm using when I'm trying to use them in English, but I'm thinking in Spanish, it's like it's not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, you're trying also like to substitute what you try to impress in your
Hmm.
language in English, and you're like, it's like similar but not the same, you know? Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it tends to, like not feel very. It feels weird, let's say, or yeah, especially like on bad words. When I want to when I want to curse, it's not the same, and like it's not the same feeling as if you were cursing in your own language, like the emotion to it. So yeah, but I like it. I like it, the fact that you're able to perform it into languages. That's badass. There you go. I love it. And tell me, like, what has been the most challenging role that you've undertaken, and how did you overcome those challenges?
So for me, I'm pretty emotional person in real life. And I've met a lot of people who is struggling with different types of emotions, like actors who can't work with specific emotions. So for me, it's fear. And I don't know, maybe because I'm very confident in my life, and when I have a problem, I'm trying to think how to solve it. So I'm like a problem solver. I'm also a project manager, like it's my main profession. So
Mhm.
like if you have a problem, you're like, let's solve it. And you're trying not to put fear in there because it's not really helping. So I've had a role where I needed to, run the the villain, and like I supposed to show that I'm very fearful, and like all these horror movies.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
and it's something that I just couldn't pull out from me. And then I found that what really helped me, I was like, okay, when did I feel fear? Like really fearful for my life, or for, I don't know, like maybe for the life of somebody else. And I figured out that I if I have fears somewhere, it's in my relationship, in terms of I'm fearful that the relationship will not be as I want them to be, and from that fear is coming anger, sadness, many other emotions, and also you're trying to fight. So yeah, so I found myself that the fear that I have in my real life, it's that the relationship I build and I put my effort in will be ruined and I will stay alone. So
Hmm.
this is like my main fear. And I was trying to bring it to the scene because again, I'm not really fearful of somebody who is running out towards me or after me. I don't know why. But that fear that I have in the real life, when you bring it to the scene, it really helped. Yeah.
No, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I do. It makes sense. I mean, at the end, yeah, I mean, at the end, you want to make it as real as possible, but sometimes can be difficult because even though that you're playing like a horror scene of somebody is chasing you, like what I'm trying to say here is that sometimes we have lived different lives, like our personal life might be totally different. And we, as you mentioned, the fact that you have fear from some other things and not for on a specific scene that is happening right now, but you need to bring that fear to that. I mean, I would assume that that is kind of like a little bit challenging because you know that it's like I would say that it's kind of like playing minds on yourself somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And you have to imagine something else where you
Mhm.
while you're doing another type of a scene. And it's pretty challenging. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. And are there any, rituals or routines that you follow to get into character before filming or performing?
So the technique that I use, it's pretty similar to what I already said in terms of bringing different emotions.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you are stuck, and you don't know, and you feel that you have the same. So it's very important not to have the same emotion during the whole scene. So even if the scene is sad, you don't have to be sad all the time. And this is what every actor has trouble with, especially at the very beginning. So what is really helping me is to find so first of all, you have to build a story to the character, like how you were raised, what struggles did you have in your life, why did you why are you in this situation right now, like how did you come to this situation. I don't know, do you know this person, how long do you know this person, are you angry about him, do you love him, are you or you don't, do you want to stay with him or you don't. Normally you want to stay with him and all the scenes are about love, but sometimes it's not, maybe it's a villain or something, but like most of the scenes that I've had or auditioned for, they were about love.
Mm,
So when you're angry or with someone, it doesn't mean you are really angry. It means you are pissed because he's not doing what you want and you're disappointed. So it's kind of finding. So again, you have to find something that is um, dramatic in terms of showing your love through different emotions. And the technique what really that helps me is to say to find a phrase, something like I care about you, or I don't care, or fuck off, or like, and just keep repeating this phrase before you start your scene, because this really helps you to, it's like your main objective of the scene, what you're trying to say to your character, what you are trying to uh like what kind of idea you are pushing
mm.
towards him or her. um so yeah, this is what I'm doing.
There you go. I love it. And how do you balance portraying a character authentically while still bringing your own unique style and personality to the role?
Okay, I think I already kind of replied to this question, but okay, I'll try to put it in different words. So as I already said, every person is unique and different, and uh, just because you've got an audition, it means you are already unique in kind
Mm,
of a sense. Yes, of course, you have a type they need. Like, for example, I'm blondie with blue eyes, I'm tall. So you have a type, but the way how you bring the character to the life is only your way. And the most important thing is not to fall into what they need from you. It's to do what you think is truthful and authentic and how you would feel in this situation. And we, like every me, you, and any person in this life, we have very different experiences. And even though you wasn't this person before, you still have it in you. Like we have all the emotions and different types of characters and tactics we use in our lives. And you can always bring it to life when you just remember what did you do in one situation in your life, even it was once, but you still can bring it to this scene. And you can sometimes you can oh my god, not overestimate, overstimulate some emotion to make it more dramatic, and it's just better for the scene. If you're too still, like in real life, of course it's not gonna work. So you always have to put emotion, put something on stake. Like, I don't know, your life is on stake, your relationships are on stake, or your wellness, I don't know, whatever.
Mm.
And then that authentic emotions, they're just coming there. And it's like, acting is, you have to think about it and you don't have to think about it at the same time. It's like, it's pretty tough sometimes because you're like, you have to ask all of those questions. You have to go through the script. You have to check how is it related to you in your experience. But then you have to kind of forget and just see what's coming from you. So yeah.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. And well, like, what do you find most rewarding about being an actor, both personally and professionally?
So personally, I found that acting is like a therapy, because every exercise, even seeing when you are searching something in yourself that is related to the character, you are kind of understanding yourself and your own emotions. And on the acting classes, every single exercise we were doing with our teachers, um, they were just opening another side of me that I've never felt before, even though I was in therapy, I have my psychologist and everything. But acting is another way of thinking about yourself. And yeah, personally, I think sometimes it's even better than therapy, because, and sometimes it's painful because you're bringing the emotions you don't want to feel. But after you feel them, it's such a release. You're like, oh my God, I just needed it. It's like, yeah, we are trying to be good all our lives and be good to everyone around us. And also put in a lot of, um, I would say we're all hard on ourselves and on our emotions. We think that we can't be angry, we can't be sad, we always have to show that we are good. And this is when everything is just, you keep everything in you, and then at some point you will struggle because of that. And acting is helping you to release everything what's going on in your life, and to be more healthy, in terms of wellness and mental health. Um, and professionally, I love being on set and love being on stage. I would love to do theater. I already started applying. So I think right now, unfortunately, the industry is not like in the best situation, especially after strike. So I can't say I'm like having a lot of roles right now. It's just the industry is like, I don't know, on 20% of how it was maybe 2 years ago. And it kind of started only 2 years ago.
Mm.
But I definitely want to pursue the career of acting and see what the life will bring. And um, yeah, I love working with all these professionals on set and being able to show what I can from my own experience.
There you go. That's like even more badass. That's cool. That's cool. And tell me, like, how do you navigate the highs and the lows of the entertainment industry? And what advice would you give to aspiring actors, that are facing similar challenges?
So, the navigation always happens through other actors, because if you know what's going on, you have to always talk to other actors and to other people from the industry, so you understand what's going on in, even not only in Vancouver, because LA is also, it's pretty close to us. A lot of people were in LA, or they're going there and they talk with other people, and you just know that it doesn't happen only in Vancouver, it also happens in Los Angeles. And you are like, okay, so it's not about me, it's about industry right now, it's just not so many roles. And don't, again, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Of course, work on yourself as an actor, uh, talk with others, always do teamwork with other actors if you need to, but don't think you are the only one and that you are the worst actor, I don't know, in Vancouver. This is the worst thing you can do for yourself as an actor. And like, yeah, I'm like, I think positive attitude is the most important thing, and positive thinking in general. I am trying to live that like this, and I think I am kind of inspiring others to do the same. Um, yeah. In terms of, oh, sorry, I'm like losing the point. So you said lows, and also how do you, what do I recommend? So I recommend to always stay positive, to learn your craft, even if you don't have jobs right now. Even if you don't have auditions, you always can take the scene, any scene from the internet, learn it on your own, and maybe post it in YouTube and see what happens. So this way, or maybe if you don't have money to go to the acting class, you can always do it on your own. If you already did it once, you already know all the techniques. Also, you can find it in YouTube, even for free. There are so many online resources that you can learn from. Um, so if it's your passion, just don't stop doing it. And there are so many actors who are in the same situation, and make friends and work with them together. Yeah.
There you go. I love it. And you know, it's it's interesting how, I mean, we are now facing this kind of a complicated era. You know, I think that it doesn't. I mean, I think that it's not just acting, but like in general, that there is like not much opportunities. You know, as back then. You know, and also with the when um when AI came, you know, a lot of jobs, you know, have been kind of be thrown away or are gonna be changed, you know, like misplaced for AI. And I think it's yeah, it's a kind of a difficult, complicated era we are living in. But it's true. The key here is to stay positive and to basically try to enjoy everything as much as possible, you know, and try to make it at and try to yeah, try to kind of learn from every experience you have because you never know. So yeah, it's just a complicated time we're living in, you know. It's like sometimes I like yeah, like sometimes I just say like why people is just crazier this time as before. You know, it's like complicated era. So
Yeah, about the AI, I was thinking, I'm like, because my husband, he's an IT engineer,
mm,
so he's, and I'm a project manager. So basically, if to think about it and about the future, AI is kind of can take our positions, like
yeah.
from engineers and from project manager, probably. And we were thinking, okay, so would we do in this situation? And I'm like, but act like people will always like interaction with people, even
Mm,
though AI will take over some positions. People will even maybe more, they will want to interact with people and to see what other people do while the AI is taking over. So acting and theater, I think theater would even grow in this situation because people will want to come and see the real people instead of AI, you know
mm.
what I mean? So yeah, I hope I hope my thoughts are truthful.
Oh yeah, it's true. I do think the same that perhaps that yeah, I mean AI it's great and everything, but at some point, I mean we need that human touch, you know, we need that communication, that social opportunity to engage with other human. I mean, even though yes, AI could would be able at some point to create basically everything we want, I think that this type of yeah, I do think that we will need. I mean, we need the humans thing. You know, of course that sure you can use AI once, twice, sure, like specifically on acting, I do think that at some point people might get bored, you know, and they will be begging for humans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for actual humans, we want to see the real person to it. You know, we want to. I mean, it's more easy to relate to a script, to a project made by a human. You know that made by an AI. You know,
Yeah.
perhaps yeah, it would be like super well written and it would be a fantastic movie or TV show or whatever. But still, I mean, once you realize that it was made by an AI, you'll be like, yeah, okay, it was good, but that's it, you know? And it's not gonna cause the same impact as you know that a person wrote that, you know? So,
Mhm. It's interesting. I've seen a picture recently where I think it was a painter. And she's like, I want to do my art while the AI machines are doing coffee for me and bringing me paintings. So like she's like, this is how I want AI to work. And I totally agree. Like if we want AI, let them help us to make our art, to pursue our careers, but not to be instead of us.
Totally. Yeah, exactly. Work with us, not for us. So
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. And what role do you believe storytelling plays in society? And how do you see the actor's role in shaping narratives?
So I think that like storytelling plays a crucial role in society in general by reflecting and shaping our understanding of the world. So, as actors, we are essential to bringing these narratives to life. And through our performances as actors, we embody these experiences and characters that can resonate deeply with audiences and making some concepts. So, yeah, by doing so, we contribute to the storytelling process and influencing how stories are perceived and the impact they have to society.
More badass. That's incredible. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. And like, what motivates you? You know, we all have those days that basically we just want to quit. It's inevitable, happens to all of us, doesn't matter from acting to project managers, so customer service, all of it. So how you maintain yourself positive in a situation that perhaps for you it's complicated, let's say.
It's pretty complicated because I can't find a job as a project manager right now, too. So when you said about the market, I'm like, today, this is the most struggling point in my life. But as you can see, I'm pretty positive thinking. I'm like, I am, what really helps me is to again talk to other people, understand that you're not alone in this situation, try to go to different, there are so many um networking events right now, so I'm trying to put myself there and find people who can maybe help you to find a job, or maybe you can build something together. In terms of acting, I'm still applying and I'm getting auditions, so if I get an auditions, it means I'm doing something right. So it's not like I don't have anything at this point of my life. Yes, I'm struggling. I don't have a job right now. I don't have some role that cover my expenses. But I still get the auditions. I have friends. I have my husband. So just try to find something good in your life. And I'm sure everybody has something good in their life, even when they're at the most struggling point. So yeah, this is my way.
More badass. And my last question, so we can all relax and enjoy after a couple of difficult, amazing, badass questions. Here it is. What do you think that could be the title for this episode?
The title for this episode.
Hmm.
Wow. Um, how to how to be a badass, uh, regardless struggles in your life. I don't know.
How to be badass regardless of the struggles of your life?
Something like this. Just first what came. I think we talked a lot about how to stay positive in this world, including AI and including acting.
Hmm.
So I think it should be something motivational, like how to stay positive, how to always stay positive. I don't know.
What about don't worry, be happy?
um, that works too.
Or mm, positive? No. Um. Mm, no. Struggle? No. Positive mindset? Nah. Mm,
Too basic, right?
right. Mm,
um,
shut up and smile.
okay, I like that.
What do you think? Shut up and smile.
Yeah, I like this. It's I like that it's because don't worry, be happy is very positive. Shut up and smile. It's like, why do I have to shut up? Let's open and check it out.
There you go. You have it. We have a title then. I love it. I mean, at the end, what can I say? The fact that you are pursuing it, something that makes you happy, the fact that you are making it happen, and that you're staying positive to it. I mean, we all know that being positive, it's a super difficult thing. It's like it's easy to be angry and to be desperate and all of that, but to be positive and to be optimistic to it, it tends to be like a real struggle. But the fact that you're doing it, the fact that you are pursuing, what makes you happy, that you are confident that everything it's gonna work out eventually, that's amazing. And also the fact that you move from another country to Canada, that is not your language, that is not your culture, not your people. It's difficult for sure, as we were saying before, but you are making it happen. I think that is super badass. And also it shows everyone around here to be like, what, if she's doing it, if she's able to pursue something that makes her happy, why not I try it too? Why not I just try something for myself? So that's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, when I see Canadian actors struggle about acting, and I see the small things they're struggling about, I'm like, oh my god, I have much more to struggle with because I have language barrier and I have a lot of cultural things that I don't know they're talking about, like sports, and there are so many things that I'm still learning, and they already know that and they're struggling. I'm like, come on, you have all of that.
Totally. And yeah, so you're making it happen. That is amazing. And now we discover why you're super badass.
Okay.
Easy going here. And I do want to thank those also who stayed the whole episode. Thank you so much. As I said at the beginning, in the description below, you're going to find all the social media. Let's follow her. Let's make her viral. Hashtag Team Olia. And again, thank you for making this happen out there. Keep rocking, keep shining, keep being super badass. And
Thank you so much for
and I'll see you in
inviting.
the next one.
Yeah, thank you. Have a
All
great
right.
rest of your day, and thank you for inviting again.
There you go.